Hello everyone, welcome to my tuition YouTube channel Jai Mata Tutorials. I hope you are going through my classes and try to please like, share and subscribe and try to give comments as required. So in our last class as we started the chapter periodic classification of elements, so during which we are trying to find the need market or to a medical shop. So when you are trying to trying to get some prescribed things, so you can find that those persons try to give those prescribed things very easily. So how they are able to give those things easily? Because they are trying to classify all those things into groups as separately as per the requirement. In the same way, when you come to a chemistry, as we know, there are the existing 118 elements. So out of those 118 elements, it's difficult for us to memorize it and to remember each and every properties of those elements. So in such cases, what we are doing here, we are trying to classify those elements as per their requirement and as per those properties where the different scientists who came forward to explain the need for classifying elements. One amongst the scientists, the first one was the Drobonet triads, where he started to explain the elements when it's arranged in the form of a tri. That's nothing but tri stands for three elements when they are grouped together with some of the similar properties, where you can find that the first and the third arithmetic average mean of this atomic weight gives the weight or atomic weight of the second element. So in this way you can find some of the elements in our periodic table which are existing in the form of triads with some of the existing suitable properties. So where you can find that the first and the third atomic weight, when you are going to take the arithmetic mean of the first and the third element's atomic weight, you are going to find the atomic weight of the second element, which we call as the middle element. So that was our previous discussion which we have done in our previous class. And in today's class we are going to learn the next law called as Newland law of octets. So it was being put forward and it was being proposed by Newland. So that's the reason it's named after Newland law of octets. So here the word itself, oct, can you see here, oct stands for 8. Oct stands for 8, means it clearly gives a statement that the every first element resembles means almost it's going to show you some of the similar properties with that of 8th element. So what is the statement given by Newland here? Every first element resembles the similar properties with that of 8th element. So when you start arranging the elements, so as you know, like at least I think children by this time you will be knowing that at least 1 to 30 elements you will be mostly knowing it. So suppose if I started arranging those elements, as you know, the first element is hydrogen, the next comes helium, then lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. So you can find here, so when it starts count from first to the 8th element, so you can find here the first element is found to be hydrogen, and when we start with the first, so you can see first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. So when you come to the 8th element, so you can find its oxygen. So you can find that the similar properties in the sense here, like some of the existing chemical properties you can find they are similar. For example, when we know that hydrogen is being the first element and oxygen being the 8th element, so you can find that there are some of the resembling properties which you can find between hydrogen and oxygen. So can you say what is the resembling property which you can see? As you know, hydrogen and oxygen, where hydrogen and oxygen exist as diatomic molecules. They exist as diatomic molecules. So here it's very clear like diatomicity, because in your earlier 9th class you have already learned the concept of atomicity, because the combining capacity of an element is defined as valency. So but here generally whenever you are going to write some of the elements, so whenever you are going to write the symbol of hydrogen and oxygen, basically you will write the hydrogen symbol as H2 and oxygen symbol as O2. So basically it gives a clear indication oxygen exists as diatomic molecules. So in this way you can see some of the similar existing properties are found as you move from these elements, and this particularly this law is applicable only up to calcium. Means there is a limitation of this law also. So what is the limitation you are going to find in this? This law is valid up to calcium only, because as you move to higher elements up to calcium. So as you go on move to higher elements, you will find that the existing similar properties or the resemblance of the similar properties are not seen that much as we see in the case of the first starting elements, which we start from hydrogen. So that is one. And during this time when Newland octave was introduced, or when this law was proposed, they were up to 63 elements were identified. So up to this time there were 63 elements were found, or you can also say that found or identified. So basically here we are trying to say because we are starting with the classification of elements, because overall we can't say that all the existing elements were classified or they were known up to that extent. So by this time you can find, or you can say like during the Newland law of octaves proposal, you can find that there were 63 elements were found, and it was only applicable up to calcium, but it was not further being seen in the other cases. So this is how, children, like second law of octaves holds good in some of the cases, and these limitations which we come across, and during which you can find the 63 elements were being found existing during that time. Then in our next class we are going to see like how the next further classification, which was done by the actually by Mendeleev, which we call as the father of chemistry. So his classification is most important. Based on his classification only we are going to learn the properties and how these elements are classified into groups and periods. And during which again you are going to see some of those limitations which you can find in Mendeleev's also, and those limitations are carried forward by Moseley, which we learn as in the periodic table called as modern periodic table, and during which we are going to see how this classification is done in such cases also. So I hope you have understood today's session with Newland law of octaves. In our next coming class we are going to learn how Mendeleev has successful in explaining the concept and the need of classifying the elements in our periodic table, which we are learning today. So till then, try to go through my classes, like it as maximum as, try to share it and comment it, and I hope you are going to go to the extent and get to the classes and let me know your doubts whatever you are having, and try to subscribe it. Thank you.